Hey, it's your girl KV back with another review for Married to Medicine. Y'all, I have been today drained me. That's how I've been for the last week. I like working from home. My job is hybrid. I'll be working from home permanently in like a month or so once we finish training everybody. But baby, let me work from home when ain't nobody here. Y'all know I got a 4-year-old. She'll be 5 soon. Baby, she wanted to play all day. I was just like, girl, go sit down somewhere. But come here, mommy loves you. Let's play. So yes, y'all, Married to Medicine. This was a pretty good episode. This was a pretty good episode. I think I'm gonna do Potomac right after this because I don't think I should be talking all that long on there. Karen was full of it, but we'll get there on that video. Married to Medicine, Season 12, Episode 9, Unexpected Consequences. Who doesn't expect what's happened? Stand up. Are you new here? Who doesn't expect what happened in this episode? The people need to know, okay? First things first, before we even get to the episode, the blogs, honey, not even the blogs, babe. King himself, Kirk himself, doing a little too much in my opinion. It was a little too sassy for me. They've broken up. We are not surprised. I don't think not a soul on this planet that watches this show was surprised. And I don't mean no harm by that, but we just weren't surprised at all. A lot of people felt like the relationship and the IVF storyline was fake. I wouldn't go that far. As a woman with fertility issues, I choose not to comment and say that was fake because that's not my place. That's not my place. That's not any of our place, honestly. So the relationship, I don't think the relationship was fake per se, but it definitely gives she was more into him than he was her. And personally, that is against my ministry. I don't believe in the woman being more into the man than the man is to her. Because, and people say that, and people hear that, and people hear it the wrong way. Because I don't mean it no harm. It's just that a woman in her natural state will take care of a dog off the street. You feel me? So my love is not any less for you just because you love me more. But with a man, we see it right here. We see it right here because he was too eager to always talk down on Quad in group situations for my liking. Like, just because we out with our couples friends don't mean you can sit over with the guys and be like, whoo, she don't ever apologize. Whoo, she don't ever think she wrong. Whoo, that's like Quad. She like that. No. Absolutely not. Okay. But even through all of that, even through all of that, if everything that we saw, which a lot of y'all don't believe anyway, if everything that we saw as far as her IVF journey was true, I'm sorry, that would be reason enough to leave somebody to me. That's too much to go through. That was too much to go through. Like, let's run it back real quick. That man said he had to quit his job and time away from his already existing child. He thought that it would be one trip. It ended up being 5 trips to Ghana. And I'm assuming he has to pay for these trips because he's the man. Even though he ain't paying for her IVF journey, he probably has to pay for the flights, pay for the hotel and stuff like that, or at least pay his half. That's a lot. You asked this man to spend thousands of dollars going back and forth to Ghana when he has quit his job. So where is the money even coming from? Like, we ain't seen how King living, so we don't even know what that bank account. Not that to say what the bank account is on anyway, but still, that's a lot. That's a lot even for a good man. Even for a good man that loves you, that's a lot. So King, who, seemed like he had just been there for a good time and a little fame, according to Heavenly. Heavenly said on Carlos King channel that King be hanging out with Mendices and the other little ain't-ish reality TV husbands, all the semi-famous husbands that she introduced him to, that Quad introduced him to. Baby, you better leave my friends alone. Stay away from my friends once we break up. That's why I wasn't into mixing friends like that anyway. Okay, y'all, let's get on into the show. We pick up where we left off with Simone and Heavenly, mean mugging each other from across the house, essentially. Simone is also mad at Jackie. Take a sip. I'm being healthy today, y'all. This is I juiced celery and red apples. Celery and red apples, and I mixed that with some coconut water. That's what I'm drinking. I needed some hydration. I have really been slacking on my hydration. I don't know what's going on, but yes, juicing. She mad. Simone is mad at Jackie for not calling out Heavenly. Jackie gonna come to her and say, can I validate your feelings? No. Go validate that she was wrong, is what Simone is essentially saying. She's just like, listen, y'all need to hear each other. Simone is like, well, that's hard. Okay, Jackie said, well, I'm not siding with either of you. She know how this go. On Watch What Happens Live, she already said, I don't get in the middle of their stuff because I get in the middle and try to mediate and try to say who wrong and who this. Now they mad at me, but they done got back together and they out to lunch together. Nope, y'all friends enough to handle it yourself. I ain't got to interject at all. And I agree. You could keep it neutral. I ain't got to say how I feel about neither one of y'all to neither one of y'all or themselves. Like, that's y'all business. At this point, we all know what the dynamics is. It's their real life, but it's not our real life. So I'm going to be saying it's not real life, okay? Why get in the middle of this when you can ice yourself out on the group and they be right back together? Like, ain't nobody got time for that foolishness. Jackie, well, no. Jackie says, well, we saw the county jail. We saw the jail on the way in. Simone said, well, you know where the bail money at. And at this point, it's some gnats or some flies all around. They like, who brought the gnats? And they said, Simone, that's your crew. Basically, saying that Heavenly, Brandy basically said that Heavenly foolish and the flies is following her. I said, no, that's Contessa. And that dolphin piece, she refused to wash off her body. But at this point, all of the dolphin crew need to go take a shower. So I'm like, that's y'all in that dolphin piece. So y'all bringing them flies. Now go and get in the shower. The heck? Sitting around and stuff. Girl, go get in the tub. Go get in the shower. So in the midst of all of that, while that's going on, Contessa is talking to Heavenly like, girl, you weren't going to tell me you was coming, yada, yada, yada. Contessa, Heavenly says that she needed a cool down period, okay? It was just a bit much. She needed a moment, okay? In the confessional, she said, Quad told her that Simone was over here talking about her, spreading lies and carrying on. And basically, she had to come and defend herself. I said, telling lies. So we see Toya go to Quad room to check on her. Wait, what? I said that wrong. Quad No. Toya go to Simone room. Toya go to Simone room to check on her. Simone is just like, listen, her day was peaceful. She was having a good day. And so Heavenly got there. Okay? Everything went to shit after that. She like, is she really staying here? Mm-hmm, girl, I saw luggage and wigs. I said, not luggage and wigs. But yes, she gonna be there. Simone just like, I don't want to get out of this bed just to sit in front of somebody that's lying on me. Toya like, well, girl, that's what you're gonna be doing. Period. See, I have such a love-hate thing for Toya. She's entertaining, very polarizing, full of personality, but she also seems like a very miserable person who wants no one else around her to be happy. It is really crazy. It is a catch-22, okay? Love me some Toya. Can't stand me some Toya at the same damn time. But no, I was liking her in this moment. When she's just light and fun, had like one little piece of cocktail, she's good. Like Mimi said, once that other stuff get to hitting, once that tequila, once she get past that wine, start looking a little shaky and light. Meanwhile, Hev and Quad are talking. Hev swears that Simone pushed her. I'm like, she did it. And production keeps rolling the playback like, nope. She took her arm off of her real, I want to fight you like, but she did not push her. But for me, the arm, it was a lot. It was a lot. But she did not push her. Heavenly, I get it. In the heat of the moment, you slick black out and you really don't know left from right. I can recall one time, y'all, this is the last fight that I've been in. How long ago was this? Let's see, how old is my niece? She my cousin, but I call her my niece. She about 6. So I got to fighting at her baby shower. I got to fighting in my cousin's baby shower because one of my other cousins was like, on one. My mama stay forcing a FaceTime call through when I got it on Do Not Disturb, trying to talk to my baby, knowing good and well that she could just FaceTime my husband because I'm going to be doing something. Ugh, she know she don't FaceTime before 6. Anywho, me fighting. So I got caught in the crossfires of it. And at one point, in my head, like I knew she was wearing all black, but in my head, she had on combat boots. Because in my head, it registered as if she gets you in the flow, she gonna stomp you. So you gotta beat her ass. It don't even matter that it's your cousin. Later on, I talked to my cousin. It was like, nah, she had some slides, girl. I don't know what you was talking about. So I'm not even all that mad at Heavenly because she probably did black out and think she got pushed. Because it was still aggressive nonetheless. Like, if I'm coming over, like, me, I don't think I would have grabbed nobody's arm. I'm just saying, I feel like I would have gave a little, don't, no. And if they went for it again, now I got to slap your arm down. But the way Simone removed Heavenly's arm and she held it for a little bit. And you can see her fingers like, bitch, show me business. You don't leave me alone. I probably thought I got pushed too. I ain't even gonna lie. I probably would have thought I got pushed too because it was an aggressive squeeze. So in the moment, I probably would have thought that it was more than what that was because that was a lot to me. I can have an unpopular opinion. I can be a one-man show, but that's me and how I feel. I probably would have recalled it a little bit differently because it came off very aggressive. Don't grab my arm like that. I didn't touch you in no malicious way. I simply thought, and sing, let's take this picture. We do this all the time. Why you acting brand new now? Is how Heavenly is thinking. back to the show. Back to the show. She thinks she was pushed, but she wasn't. She was not pushed. She's saying, but she was unhinged. She was aggressive. Quad Heavenly gets up to demonstrate on Quad what she thinks Simone did to her. And the way she body bumped her. Like Quad was like, what? Why I gotta be this? You can tell in her face, she was like, the hell? But she's like, did she take any ownership, Quad? Did she take any ownership? Did she say anything? Quad is like, she said she didn't push you. She said she didn't push you. Okay, that is what it is. Heavenly was like, her energy was evil. Facts. So Mom was doing a lot. And I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that Simone is more wrong than Heavenly, but Simone was acting a fool. Even at the pool before Heavenly got there, y'all was like, at the, what they say? Quad was like, Simone ain't gonna bust a fruit bust a grape in a fruit fight, but she gonna be doing all this, she gonna be doing all that barking, but she ain't gonna no bite. So you're admitting. So in that moment, we can admit that Simone was doing a lot. Just because we know that she won't fight, don't make it any less aggressive. It don't make it any less aggressive. And I stand by that. They ass both was wrong. Both of them. So we take a break from the ladies. We see all of the guys at home with the kids. Well, not all of them. Was it? The people with kids? Well, we'll go through it. We see Steve with the kids. The little girl, you could tell the little girl gonna know how to fight something vicious playing around her because she be so ready for his shenanigans. Some people in the comments or somebody's video that don't like Mimi says some extremely nasty things to me. And I'm just like, don't, that's so terrible. Don't even bring folks' kids up. Don't bring folks' kids up. Especially they kids this special needs and stuff. You don't know what they situation like. You don't know what she dealing with her. You don't know what she does do. So it was just, I've been seeing some terrible comments, and I'm just like, girl, I beat your ass talking about mine like that. I don't care if I'm on TV or not, though. So yes, he had his hands full with the kids. We see Eugene talking to the boys. He's like, you know, be honest, be serious. Is it a difference? Do y'all see a difference, you know, when I'm not here and everything? They just like, no. He like, serious, be honest. You can tell me. They like, nigga, no. You know they say nigga in their house. Because remember when Eugene said nigga and they was all mad at him. You can tell they like, it is what it is. He's like, okay, cool. Because, you know, I got to teach you some lessons, too. You can't just learn everything from your mama. And Toya, well, he's already explained it to Toya that she may feel his absence a little bit more than the kids because he wasn't, when the times when he was working locally, he was still getting in late. So yeah, Toya would know when he was getting in because he coming to get in the room in the bed with her. To where some kids probably ain't see him no less now because he was in when they went to the bed and out before they woke up probably. So they don't notice nothing. They ain't phased, baby. They just know they in a bigger house. I think she said that they moved closer to the school. Was it them? I think she said they moved closer to the boys' school. So they probably like, pfft. They really sleeping in. We don't care about no saying that. He here when it matter. Seem like Eugene there when it matter. So who cares? Okay. We don't see Eugene's absence on the camera. He around just as much as any other time. So okay, the kids are fine. And they're so like, I can recall when Toya, one of the housewarmers, y'all, and I know this is super random, but going from Toya's kids to Simone's kids, it brings this out of me. I can recall when Toya got, was it the last house? I think it was the last house. Yeah, because her and Danila were neighbors. And when they had Cecil and Simone over, Miles came with them. And they were like, yeah, you can go watch The Boys. Mind you, The Boys was like teenagers at some point. This wasn't too long ago. But I mean, hey, okay, go watch The Boys. Yeah, he can go watch The Boys. Them boys was up there schooling him. Them boys was probably teaching him how to clean up. Them boys was like, yeah, this is a vacuum. Do you know what a vacuum? Like, what was going on? Now I need to know what was going on. Was they just in there playing video games? Because Toya's kids, say what you want about Toya. People say a lot about Toya. Them boys is raised right. Them boys are responsible at their teenage ages. Them boys get in that kitchen, cook their own meals. Toya and Eugene ain't doing them boys' laundry. You hear me, Cecil? Because I'll never forget that episode. Cecil coming up there with that basket of laundry. Baby, my mama stopped doing my laundry when I was about 6. And I'm not even exaggerating. My mama will be like, go get your hamper. All right, put your stuff down, sort them out. Go put it in the washing machine. I come behind you and put the stuff in there. I put the the detergent in there because it was up higher than what I could reach. But baby, at 6, I had to sort my own laundry, put it in the washer, help put it in the dryer. Sometimes I used to just get a chair. She be like, you got it. You get a chair for anything else. Go get a chair so you can reach inside that washing machine and put them clothes in the dryer. You got it. It's yours. I never forget Cecil bringing that laundry up to Miles like that. That boy was like, in his gap year from college at that. Baby, I would have hollered your name up them stairs. Let me get back to the episode, y'all. So, like I said, it's just what popped in my head, going from Toya and Eugene's nice, responsible kids who we always see cleaning, taking out the trash, cooking dinner for their parents. And then we go to Simone's boys who went and bought some food and dumped it in a container that they didn't even clean or take the paper out of. Who their parents still got to come over to their house that they paying the rent on and clean it up. I used to try to cape for Michael a little bit because he didn't seem as bad as Miles. But he may be worse. He may be worse. He might be a little more responsible on the school and I want to be something in life in, but these kids are something else, boy, I tell you. So Cecil goes to see the boys at their spot. I said, baby, you look so comfortable. You be living that too. Do she kick him out and then he gotta go sleep on the boys' couch? So this scene was very revealing because it absolutely, like, just the tone of it, the way that, you know, they weren't really taking it serious. Just everything about it gives, y'all sit in these very spots and talk smack about Simone and how she do too much. And see, so now the camera in front of you, you got to sit here and be on Simone's side and take up for Simone. And they laughing at you because you complain about her more than we do. Now you finna sit in here with these cameras and act like, that's why they laughing. That's why they laughing. I was just like, oh, child. He's basically telling them that she's tired of footing the bill for their life, and she is worried that she ain't gonna have what she want when she ready to retire, messing with y'all. Like, she gotta keep a job messing with y'all. Okay. And like I said, they're not taking it seriously. They're not taking it seriously. Like I said, I can see why. Because they grown and they've never had to really pull their own weight. Never. Has she ever told y'all that that's how she feel? Michael says no. I said, this must be a scene that's out of order. You know, I like to show us stuff out of order sometimes if it's not the main storyline. So I'm guessing that this is out of order because ain't no way you saying no when we saw her screaming at you saying this very thing. So this must be a scene before that, okay? So Michael says no, but Miles is like, well, she did mention it to me once before. Cecil tells them that they are 75% of the reason that Cecil and Simone fight. What is that? What is that? What is that? It's probably trying to drink my juice. Lord, I need to cover up my juice. Jesus. I hope they don't come back here asking if I'm okay. Ends with my video. Cecil tells them that they are 75% of the reason that they be fighting. They laugh. And Michael ups it up to 90% or something like that. They laughing. Like, we really driving a wedge between y'all? Really? Really? They need their ass beat. All of them. All three of them. Line them up. I'm whooping feet addicts, okay? Line them up. But I'm kind of laughing too, because I'm like, now Cecil, y'all got your own problems outside of the boys. Because outside of the boys, you're not pulling in the money that you used to. And she feels a way about it. She shouldn't have to foot the bill for everything. You should be doing it. So that's a big part of why y'all fight too. Not the boys. They a part of the big part. They overlap in the big part. What is it? They overlap in the big part. But don't make it seem like y'all only fight about the kids. Back in Miramar Beach. Can't wait to go. The girls are getting ready for dinner. We see Toya getting ready. And she like, should I wear some flats? No, I ain't gonna wear no flats. The girls take advantage of you when you wear flats. What does that mean? I was so confused. I had to write that down because I'm like, how do people take advantage of you when you got on flats? You're sitting at dinner. Baby, and dinner is right in the living room. Dinner is right there in the living room. I said, contestant know better than to take their ass out for dinner. We ain't seen the inside of now one eatery all trip long. Every dinner, every breakfast has been at this house. Contessa said, y'all ain't finna embarrass me with my card down. Plus, y'all be in here fighting. We getting the chef to the house. We ain't seen... Okay, we seen the inside of one eatery, but that was because half of the girls went to lunch while the other half was at the Dolphins. But the whole group has not seen the inside of the eatery. That tickled me so bad. I said, baby, I ain't mad at it because they don't know how to act. And ain't nobody got time to be getting kicked out of restaurants like Salt Lake City girls. They be getting put out. They was in Greece. They was getting put out. And she said, this is my country. Bitch, what's supposed to be? Y'all still loud, obnoxious, and disturbing. Get out. They said, we're closing. Ain't nobody else in the restaurant moved. We're closing. Contessa said, not me. Not me and my black self and my credit card. No, ma'am. That really cracked me up, y'all. But Contessa actually looked cute in her little high-low dress. I said, okay, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. Y'all, the cook was touching everything with his bare hands. I noticed when because it's in this little scene, he was, what was it, edamame? He was like tossing the edamame with his bare hands. Then we saw him flipping the burgers. I said, what in the Waffle House cook is going on? And I forgot about it when I was initially writing my review, when I was like, typing my little stuff out. And then I saw somebody on Twitter posted a close-up and he had all these cuts and nicks on his knuckles. But I was disgusted. I was disgusted. Then he was a white man. We moving on. So they get to Heavenly. Why you come late? You ain't feel safe to be around her. You thought something was going to happen. And Heavenly's like, y'all saw how she was being aggressive and unhinged. And that's what I felt. That's what I felt. Simone was like, I never pushed you. Heavenly is like, but you snapped. You snapped. Toya is like, girl, I'm going to get some more red wine because we're going to need some more wine to deal with this. And then Toya had the nerve to say, we didn't see Simone get aggressive or something like that. Oh, it was just typical Simone screaming at the top of her lungs. What does that mean? That don't make it any less aggressive. We all know that Megaphone Simone is loud in the mug and it can be aggressive, but that don't mean that she just gets to skate by. That don't mean she gets to skate by. Everybody's like, why does Heavenly get a pass? Everybody gets passes. Everybody gets passes around here. Quad be getting passes for ditching the group. They spank her about it every so often. Heavenly gets passes about always going super low, but y'all always provoke her. Simone always gets passes for screaming and calling people crazy after their name. Everybody gets passes. It'd be funny to me how people just act like Heavenly gets away with murder and everybody else is just sitting there like, all of them flaw. All of them flaw. I love Heavenly, but I still call her my problematic fave because she's good for the show. She's good for the show. She ain't out here disrespecting her family. Well, she ain't disrespecting her family for no cameras or in front of the cameras. And that's more than we can say about Toya, who is sometimes my problematic fave. So, ooh, my hips. Hope y'all ain't hear my hip hop. Jesus. Ooh. All right. Okay. We're back. Simone gets up from the table. Jackie goes to calm her down. They right there. They ain't going far nowhere. They right there. And Simone's like, she's a lying, low down, dirty bitch. I mean, fair. I mean, yeah. Y'all don't want to keep it around. Both, all of y'all. This can describe 80% of the group. A lying, low down, dirty bitch. Yeah, sounds about right. It's what keeps the show going. Not gonna lie. Simone is just mad. Simone, that Jackie won't tell you. Simone is mad that Jackie won't tell Heavenly that she's wrong. And she leaves. Toya is like, listen, you could ruin her livelihood, her life. She's a physician. Heavenly like, she was aggressive. Toya said, and so were you. They were both aggressive, but this whole you can ruin her livelihood thing is crazy to me with the arguments we've seen Simone get into all on her own on this show. Like, if that's the case, this show altogether would have ruined her practice, okay? Like, I get it, but okay. I guess if Heavenly constantly lying and saying she thinks she's getting pushed, y'all can constantly lie back and be like, well, you're ruining her business. All's fair, I suppose. So Toya was just going back and forth at this point. Like, this became Toya's conversation to a bit. And Mimi gonna say, I'm asking you not to interject. Girl, who the fuck is you talking to? I told you, messy Mimi. Mimi don't be wrong. She just be messy. It'd be a way to say something. Because, yeah, Toya totally was hijacking the conversation. But, girl, who is you talking to? I told you not to interject. Little baby Jack be cracking me up, y'all. I told y'all. Jackie walked so Mimi could run. Okay? And Mimi is a little more entertaining with it. Jackie wishes she can have the disdain for others in such a way that Mimi does it. Because I can laugh at it. When Jackie does it, it's just downright nasty. It's just downright nasty. But when Mimi does it, it's like, girl, who up? Girl, that was cute. But watch it. That's what it is. Is it just me? Mimi messy. And she would get cussed out if it was me. But it works for the show. It works for new blood for the show. She's not doing too much. You can tell she's being genuinely her. And genuinely her treats some people like they her patients. But we're going to get to that later. I'm asking you not to interject, okay? Toya is just like, well, I didn't interject. I asked a question. Well, I said, that's interjecting. Toya gonna say, and this is the part where Toya be annoying me. Toya in her confessional talk about only a crazy person can understand heavenly, and she don't understand heavenly. Baby, you're the craziest one in here. What do you mean? Girl, I know you ain't. You treat your husband way worse than Heavenly treats anybody on this show. Please stop it. Please stop it. Maybe it's just like Toya loves poking and provoking, and she just does not want resolution. I said, true as well. And again, Toya don't be wrong much either. She just be so tacky with it. She just be so like, girl, not right now. Girl, not today. But I ain't even gonna say Toya wrong, because Heavenly, you were aggressive as well. If you're gonna call her aggressive, we're gonna call you out. That's how that can go. Okay. So Heavenly gets up. Contessa, Brandy, and Mimi go out there with her. She goes out there outside. I said, why is Brandy here? Brandy, I thought you didn't like Heavenly. Am I tripping? Maybe she said she was trying to get to know Heavenly through the campaign stuff to see if she would vote for her, but I don't know. I was getting the impression that Brandy ain't really care for Heavenly like that. So for her to be over here running up to Heavenly to see what's going on, I was like, okay. Or was this you just being an ops, or whatever she say, you can run it back to Toya and Simone? Maybe that's what it was. We gonna put it on that, because my nosy ass probably would have did the same thing. Let me go get it firsthand. I ain't finna let y'all come translate it over. So well, no, because she was comforting her and reaching out and stuff. I'm like, Brandon, do you like the lady or not? I was getting whiplash. Get whiplash. I don't know who likes who at this point. Maybe Brandy is just vocal. Maybe it's not that she just don't like Heavenly. Maybe it's just she gonna call her out regardless. And I can take that. I can take that, because we do see Brandy making faces at like everybody. Toya was saying something and she was just like, I was like, jeez. Now that's your girl, right? I thought that was your girl. What's happening? What's happening? I was confused. Brandy's confused me, but I like her. She seems down to earth. She ain't really. Brandy gives don't start none, won't be none. You know what I mean? Whereas Mimi is like, I'm at the front door with the bull. Brandy is like, don't start none, won't be none. So Jackie's all kneeled down. No. First, Brandy says, but do you understand of the implication of using a word like hostile? Girl, you just got here. They have called each other way worse. They have called each other way worse. They have accused each other of way worse. Jackie's all kneeled down and talking all breathy like she do. I need my friends to make up, because you my friend and she my friend, and I love Harpo. I love, but I need y'all to make up. She is hurting right now. She is hurting. Are you willing to say, friend, I hurt you, and mean it from here? Mean it from here. You gotta mean it from here. She gotta mean it from here. Why does Jackie talk so breathy like that when she gets emotional? She gets so breathy. I be like, what is happening? So she like, I can say it. I will tell her, I can say it. People saying that she going through a lot of stuff, but I'm going through a lot of stuff too. And then Jackie, asks her a question or gives a statement. I can't even remember what it was. I just have Jackie induces the tears. Jackie induced the tears. I don't even remember what was said, but it was just like okay, I'm tired of having this conversation. Cry. Like, what is happening? Let's get her in a vulnerable state. Say something to make her cry. See? Like, okay. So these old biddies is crying. Simone is with Toya, Jackie, and Quiet on the inside. Simone says she knows that she needs to give people grace. People have given her grace, but she not there. I say period. And that's fair. Then they go outside and see Heavenly and them crying. Why she crying? Why she crying? Jackie, like, it was a breakthrough. Okay, I induced the tears. It's fine. So you're like, oh, bitch, are those tears? Oh, is that tears? Now Brandy on one side, Mimi on the other side, and they confident heavily. I'm like, girl, you don't like this lady like that. What's happening? Maybe this was the moment that made Brandy see the humanity in Heavenly. Maybe that's what this scene was, because I was so confused. I'm like, girl, the past 2-3 episodes, you've been like, Heavenly ain't your type of people. Heavenly did this why you ain't really, that's why you over here. Like, now it's gonna be all right, sis. It's gonna be all right. Girl, why is you here? So they play a game. They like, let's play a game. They're like, girl, we ain't got no time for no games. We got no energy for no games. Cause it's like, no, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We're gonna play this game, okay? We're gonna get in our pajamas. I think the only one that changed their pajamas was the Heavenly. And Heavenly, that was changing to our pajamas. Yeah, girl, we ain't feel like it no more. She come downstairs with some balloons. Maybe said, do she got a helium tank in her room? Like, where these damn balloons come from? I was wondering the same. It was a fun game. She called it Petty Pop. She handed out a batch of balloons to everybody, and they all get a little knitting pen, right? They get these descriptive cards that they all have to read out, and they pop the balloon of the person that it describes. Checks the group's energy, but never checks their own. Jackie goes and pops Toya balloon. I said somebody should have ran over and popped Mimi's too. Both of them could be pop, 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 pop. Because we'll get there. We ain't seen enough of Mimi. We ain't seen enough of Mimi for me to say this, but they seem more alike than not. Next, we see we'll jump bad, but then play victim. Did nobody want to get up at first? You could tell them I was like, Heavenly said, I'm doing it. She get up and she, I got you, bitch. And pop Simone balloons so aggressively. And they are just like cracking up. I said, I'm so glad Simone could just laugh at this. Because Simone was just like, ah. So in the confessional talking about too soon. I said, clearly not. They are laughing about it. Because that's the truth. Like, Heavenly goes low. But do we ever really see Heavenly start something? This season, the 2 main fights Heavenly has been in, Toya was like, who fake Balenciaga bag is this? In the chat, trying to like expose her, trying to, talk down on her. It was light shade, Heavenly took it to hell. In this situation with Simone. Simone, you did say you would look up Quad's car. Heavenly was messy for running it back, but that's her bestie. What you thought? So for you to get mad at her about something that you did say, what? And then Heavenly took it to hell. Even though in that argument, I think Heavenly said that Simone said something first and then she brought up husbands. And I was wondering that because the way Heavenly said it, it sounded like a response. She was like, you don't want to do husbands because you ain't never going to win. I'm going to always win. I'm like, she didn't say nothing, Heavenly. But I think on the clip of her and Carlos King, she said that Simone said something to her first. And then she replied. So, I don't know, man. I should have asked that when Andy asked for questions for the reunion. Gosh darn it. I need to see how long ago that was. We need to see that footage. Because we have seen where it looked like Heavenly blow up out of nowhere. Then at the reunion, they show the middle part where Heavenly gets incensed. And it's like, and even with the party, Simone started with, yeah, we got some notes for you. You need to be able to convince people. Like, so now you already got me on 10 because don't come at me like that. So, like I said, Heavenly be wrong because she take it way further than what it needs to go. But Y'all be starting with her and then mad that she takes it to hell. Well, don't start with the lady. Don't start with her. I know that's hard because it's the reality show. We supposed to dish it out to everybody. We supposed to be able to take it. But the same goes for you. You the one said your husband little. So if she keep bringing it up, why you mad at her when you started with her? You the one told her that you want your husband to make more money. So you make her mad. That's what she gonna say. That's what she gonna say, y'all. So pop the balloon, pop the balloon, dress the best. Baby, why would Contessa pop her own balloon? Baby, I said Contessa popped her own balloon for dress the best. Honey, you and those Party City costumes can have a seat. This is about the first time we've seen you look cute all season. Don't even push it, baby. Don't push it. Don't push it. And Angel popped her balloon as well. I was cracking up because Toya gonna say, look at them uplifting themselves. I'm glad that you're uplifting yourself. I said that was directed at Contessa. The next one was treats their friends like patience. And of course, that's Mimi. And she knows that she pops her own balloon too. I said, hey, we love a self-aware queen. Next day, dang, I'm 33 minutes in on this video. And I think I did 10 minutes before this. And I'm not even done. How I'm going to be just as long as the episode. I be looking at that on people's reviews. I be like, baby, how you got a 3-hour... how you got a 3-hour review on an hour-long show? I mean, I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna take me all week, but I'm gonna watch it because you be having the tea. But damn. Next day, Toya is on the phone with Eugene, and she is trying to reverse psychology him into sending her a peen pic. I said, what is happening? She like, babe, I don't want to be all talking about sex and I'm hanging out with my girlfriends. No. I mean, like, you know, don't be sending me no pics or nothing. He like, I ain't seen no dick pic. She said, that means send me a dick pic. Eugene, she's trying to tell you what to do to entice her. When you away, when you get home from your work at the hotel, send her a keep her anticipating it, okay? And maybe she won't leave you a note to come to the backyard to have a drink with her. When you get home. That was crazy. Girl. He wants some he wants to come to the back with a drink. And so what we at? Next day, she trying to get the picture. Heavily in there, venting to Simone. I mean, not Simone, to, who was it? Quad. She cussing with the vibe in her lap. Just crazy. Contessa putting her bedside manner to good use, y'all. She is going around checking on all of the ladies as if it is an appointment. She's got her laptop and everything. She's like, just like I do at work. I go door to door, checking on my patients, taking notes. And if anybody's not feeling good, hey, I got something for that. Got my little black bag with me. I said, you got that oxytocin. You got that oxytocin that Eugene told Toya she needs. Well, she said she be doing ketamine treatments. What you have in that bag, Contessa? What is the world is in that bag? What you got in that bag? Word to Luna. So it was cute. Everybody was feeling it. They was, you know, telling her what's going on. And she's taking it this trip. I said, Contessa, this is a great trip, especially after seeing Angel on Potomac do that mess. This is a great trip and it's refreshing. You know what I mean? Refreshing. They at the pool for having breakfast and she's like, anybody need a refill? Da, da, da. Toya said, I can't have another drink because Mimi counting my drinks. I'm gonna have to go in the closet and make my drinks. She said maybe she running low on patience or something. That was funny. That was funny. And Mimi like, Toya on the wine, she cool, she's good, all fun. Toya, when she started drinking that Patron, Hey, what happened? Hey, where my notes go? Okay, there we go. How we get there? My monitor just went out, y'all. Where we at? was probably on my computer like, girl, you still doing this review? Contessa asked Simone if she's okay with Heavenly speaking. You know, let her speak her piece uninterrupted just because, just like Simone got to do the day before Heavenly got out there. Heavenly gets to talking about how they bombarded her at the campaign, about the campaign launch at Angel's party. And I'm like, exactly, y'all did this at the beginning, letting temperatures getting all riled up. So by the end, when something do happen, she already was like, I was waiting on you, man. I was waiting on you. She said she went on the defense because Simone came to her with notes from Toya, and she know anything from Toya is gonna be negative. Toya lets her speak, but we can see in Toya's face that she's ready to blow. She's ready to erupt with something. She's like, can I please? Can I say it? Everybody's like, no. Like, literally everybody's like, no, Toya, no. Angel's like, Toya, don't do that. Don't do that, Toya. We literally just said we're going to let her talk uninterrupted. And Toya's just refusing that. Toya's like, but you stay coming from my husband, so you couldn't have possibly thought that we was coming in on good terms for me to support you because you stay coming from my husband and da 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 da. Mimi is like, Toya, I'm not trying to invalidate what you're saying or nothing, but right now we try to focus on this. Pointing at Simone and Heavenly. Facts. Toya, regardless of how this conversation that you and Heavenly have, you're never really going to like her. She's never really going to respect you. So that's a moot point, babe. You can feel your way. So right now, we're talking about something between two actual friends. So let's address that. That's where we're starting. We'll get there eventually. Okay. Mimi says that Toya likes people in chaos because she is in chaos. I said, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Heavenly just ends up walking over to Simone to have a one-on-one with her. Simone is hurt because Heavenly keeps dragging her. You dragging me? You defaming my good name? Heavenly is like, I didn't mean it. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was in a bad place. I said, Lord, hurt people is the motto of this show. It's ridiculous. But I guess it's real life. I guess it's real life for them. For them. Simone is like, we usually come back from this sort of things, but listen, this is getting too much. I don't know if we're coming back from this one. I'm at my edge. What Candy said, I'm over it. She can be cordial, but she ain't gonna be no fool no more, honey. She ain't got time for the foolishness. I said, I'm not mad at her. I ain't mad at Simone, because Heavenly we doing the most. So to tell her your business and be mad if she bring it up on Mad Day, it's like, yeah. And she said, I could kick my own ass for telling her anything. And I'm like, yeah, sounds about right. But that is the end of this very long review, y'all. I hope y'all still here. Like the video, thumbs up the video, baby. Subscribe to the channel. Why is this so red? I didn't set this good. I might have to. Yeah. I sat here with that yellow light the whole time. Bye. Okay. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all of the things. Bye.